Hi, this is Mardy once again and welcome to my channel. Our topic for today is all about the first people who inhabited the island Philippines, according to Beyer's migration theory. The Philippine history is rich with information and details. Ever wondered why it's called Philippines? Or who were the first people who inhabited these islands? Two theories argue on where the inhabitants or the first Filipinos came from, namely the Beyer's migration theory and the Jocano's evolution theory. So join me and please don't skip on watching. Let us learn together who are the first people who inhabited the island Philippines. The first migrants were what Beyer spoke about was the stone men or cavemen because they live in caves. The Dawn men look like Java man, Peking man, and other Asian Homo sapiens who have been around about 250,000 years ago. They did not have any understanding of farming and lived by hunting and fishing. It was precisely in search of food that they came to the Philippines by manner of the land bridges that linked the Philippines and Indonesia. Social scientist Henry Oatley Beyer believes that Filipinos descended from different groups that came from Southeast Asia in successive waves of migration. Each group had a distinct culture with its own customs and traditions, while Jocano believes that Asians, including the Filipinos, are the result of a lengthy process of evolution and migration. The Philippines, before it was called by that name, were first inhabited by people who came to these islands by traveling what they called land bridges. Yes, folks, you heard that right. Before the global warming occurred, which melted the ice in the poles and which contributed to increased amount of sea level, there were once land bridges which connected continent to other continents. And so, the first people who happened to find these beautiful islands by traveling by land were the ethnic tribe called Negritos. The Negritos were the first people who settled in these islands. They are considered as one of the primitive civilizations who live in these islands. They were sometimes referred to as pygmy, meaning little people, for they stand small compared to the height of a normal people. They are also dark in complexion and have very curly hairs. They live and thrive through hunting, fishing, and bartering goods found in the forest. They are often fond of living in the forest where hunting is productive for them. As the time goes by, they are now what we call Aita or Ati, which we can see as one of the ethnic tribes found in the country today. The group of Indonesian people arrived next. There were two groups of Indonesians who arrived after the Negritos. The first group of Indonesians came from the Southeast Asian part of the continent, and they are fair in complexion, well built in body size, deep-shaped eyes, and pointed nose. They are a bit more civilized compared to the Negritos, for they know how to build foundations of their homes or up in the trees. They know how to make weapons such as bows and arrows. They also know how to fish and make charcoals that they can use to cook their food. The second group of indigenous people who arrived were different from the first group. They have darker complexion, round body build, thick lips, round-shaped eyes, and crooked nose. They are more productive, creative, and prospered more compared to the first group, for they have lived near the coast and later transferred to the mountains. The third and the last group who lived in the country before the Spaniards came were the Malays. The Malays came to the islands in their balangays, referred to their big boats. They are the most civilized among the three groups who came to the country. The Malays have their own language, the form of government and society classification. Their chief, often referred to as Dato, is the leader of the Balangay, or the entire one tribe. They have the Maharlika, or the noble class, Timawa, or the free people, and Alipin, or the slave classes of society. During these times, Arab traders from Malay and Borneo introduced Islam into the southern islands and extended their influence as far north as Luzon. Islam was brought to the Philippines by traders and preachers from the Indonesian island. By the 16th century, Islam was recognized in Sulu Archipelago and spread through there to Mindanao, and it had reached the Manila area by 1565. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.